الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي بنعمته تتم الصالحات والصلاة والسلام على ما لا نبي بعد ورسولنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we glorify Him, we appreciate His blessings upon us, for creating us as human beings, for blessing us with good health, for completing His favor upon us with the gift of Islam. For if we had not gathered to Islam, there's no way we would have been good Muslims. We say Alhamdulillah alladhi hadana lihada wa ma kunna linahtadiya lawla an hadana Allah. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He has guided us to this path of Islam. If He had not guided us, how could we have been guided? Al-Mu'tadi is the one that guides people into the right path. And we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He has given us the gift of Islam. We ask Allah in His infinite mercy to keep us on this path of Islam, to make us one of those who adhere to His injunctions and His commandments and following the sunnah of His best of messenger, the Khatamun Nabiyyin wa Imam al-Mursaleen, Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. That's my brothers and sisters. We thank Allah. We greet ourselves good mornings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Last week, we were discussing the fourth right of a child, which we started last week, and which is say the right of assisting him or her to choose a good partner. Assisting him or her to choose a good partner. And for us to be able to see this, he too must possess the qualities which we have been discussing. For a man to be a good husband, for a woman to be a good wife, he must possess some qualities. And these qualities, we say, it is going to be imbibed in them by us. They need to be guided, they need to be trained, they need to be nurtured to acquire these qualities. We discuss of the noble background, the partner that we are going to choose for our daughter, or we're going to choose for our son, must have a noble background. And we discuss that all messengers of Allah, whom Allah have sent, they always have a good background, noble background. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we see he comes from Quraysh, from Hashim, and he was straight 40 generations to Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. That's a noble background, to Ismail, to Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. Zakaria had a very good background. Maryam had a very good background. Musa alayhi salatu wasalam said Ali Imran has a background of Imran descendants. Daud alayhi salatu wasalam, Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam, and all the messengers, pick each and every one of them and see where they come from. All the good people Allah has mentioned in the Quran, where they come from, you see that they are going to be linked to their parents, linked to their background. It's important that this noble background is taken care of. We also discussed that such a person must have amana, must be trustworthy. These qualities, we said, for a child to be trustworthy means the parents too must be trustworthy. They're not trustworthy, how can they train a child who's going to be trustworthy? And we discussed the signs of those who are not trustworthy. We discussed the sign of the munafiq, the hypocrites. The four of them, we discussed them last week. Similarly, we discussed that a man or a child or a son that wants to get married, before you can say he wants to get married, he must be strong. He must be hardworking. He must be one who wants to work. Should not be a lazy person. You don't give your daughter to a lazy person. You give to someone that's righteous. Then we talk about again that such a person must be just and have equity. Just. Should be straightforward and just in everything he does. Like Allah has told us, that's fear Allah and keep becoming of the righteous, or those who speak the truth all the time. This we say we must actually see in them. And we want to continue today and saying that the first must be rahmah, must be merciful, must be lenient, must be humane. You don't give your daughter to a wicked person. You don't marry your son to a wicked person. For that to be, that means you too, you are merciful. So the child will be merciful. So rahmah is very, very important to see that it's merciful. This mercifulness that we're talking about does not mean we're going to discipline. To discipline a child. There are two types of discipline in Islam. Or punishment, discipline in Islam. One is punishment, one is discipline. We have the general one that is given to people. The children, for instance, when a child, it is said that when a child should be commanded to observe prayer when they are children of 10. The Messenger of Allah said that when they are 10, وَاضْرِبُوا عَلَيْهِ مَرُّوا أَوْلَادُكُمْ بِالصَّلَاةِ وَأَبْنَاءُ السَّبْعِ وَاضْرِبْهُمْ وَأَبْنَاءُ عَشْرٍ. Command your children, guide them to pray when they are children of 7 years old. When they get to 10 years old, if they don't pray, beat them. But the kind of beating you give to children are only reprimanding. They are only discipline. It should not be the kind of beating that will give them harms. And that's why the Bishop said, you must not beat them on the face. And he said, you don't beat more than 10. If you want to give them a stroke of cane, it should be more than 10 stroke of cane. And that should not be, with all the force. It should just be for him to be detrimental, like this thing, don't do it again. That's kind of discipline or punishment we give to children. When you don't do what is right, they are supposed to be disciplined, to know that what you have done is wrong. But when it comes to offending Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, going against the justice of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, such a discipline cannot be merciful. Such discipline should not be merciful. For instance, Allah has told in the Quran 24, Surah An-Nur, about the fornicators and adulterers. The fornicators. What are the fornicators? They are young men and women who are not yet married. Young men and women who are not married, but they engage in sexual acts. They are fornicators and fornicatresses. What does that say? They should be given what? 80 strokes of cane. They should be given 80 strokes of cane. And he said, in disciplining them, there should be no mercy. They should be beaten by strong men. There should be no mercy. That is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that such a people, وَلَا تَأْخُذْكُمْ بِإِمَا رَفَةَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ. Don't be merciful to them when they go against the truth of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But if it is that you just offend, maybe he told lie or he's not praying on time, that one you beat them. But that kind of beating too must be with mercy. A father must show mercy to his children. So we must see this mercifulness in this child too before he gets married. And we must see that the person that's going to be married to has this particular quality. Should not be too harsh. If it's a man that is harsh, definitely he's going to be harsh to his wife. And he's going to be harsh to his children. Because if he marries, he's going to have children. He's going to be dealing with his wife. He's going to be dealing with his children. So if it's not merciful, I will leave them. Messenger of Allah says, "Laisa minna man lam yukrim kubarahana wa lam yarham sugarahana." It's not one of us, the one that does not respect the elders, and the elders are not merciful to the children. One day Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was talking to a small boy, and he carried him, as I was saying, astaghfirullah. And the Rasul ran to him, and he carried him and kissed him. An elderly man comes to, what? Kissing a boy? This small boy? I had 10 children, I never kissed them once. The Messenger says, "Man lam yarham, lam yarham." Whoever that's not merciful to children, Allah will be merciful to him. So being merciful to children is a quality that a man must possess, that we must see in our children before they get married, so that they will be merciful to their wives and will be merciful to their children too. And we too must have this in us, so that they can be able to inculcate in the children. All this is very, very important that is followed. Similarly, because Allah has to say, talk of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, وَلَوْ كُنْتَ فَاذًا غَلِيظَ الْقَلْبِ وَلَانْفَضُّوا مِنْ حَوْلِكَ. لَوْ كُنْتَ فَاذًا غَلِيظَ الْقَلْبِ لَانْفَضُّوا مِنْ حَوْلِكَ. If you, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you have been so strong-hearted with them, you have been so wicked with them, they will run away from you. They will run away from you. You Bible will say, "Agbati obinu lomo enpo." If you get too much angry with them, you always shout on them, you always cry on them, you always condemn them, you never compliment what they do. You always see negative aspects of them, always complaining. They will run away from you. Or they will say, I'm not going to that man. Oh, don't go and marry for that household. That father is so wicked. If you go and fetch water in their house, the man will release his dog. If there's a fruit tree in the house, you go and plug them, he's going to flog you. Such a person, nobody wants to marry someone that's such a house. And the children will inculcate the same habits, wickedness, mercilessness. So they must be merciful. They must not be wicked. This is important, that is adhered to, mercifulness. And the Messenger of Allah said, leniency and mercifulness should be in anything. The Messenger of Allah Muhammad said, لا يكون الرفق في شيء إلا زانه. لا يكون الرفق في شيء إلا زانه. Kindness, gentleness will never be applied to anything except that it will beautify it. If you apply gentleness, easiness, fairness to anything, it will beautify it. The hand will always be good. ولا يؤخذ الرفق في شيء إلا شانه. لا يؤخذ الرفق في شيء إلا شانه. And you will not take humility, gentleness, mercifulness from anything except that it will corrupt it, to spoil it. So anyone that is not merciful, that's not lenient, that's not easygoing, such a person will not. Will be wicked, and people will run away from him, and he will destroy him, no matter how good or other good things he has done. He should be someone that is patient, not unnecessarily getting angry. So when I come to the Messenger of Allah, I was in Ya Rasulullah. Oh, the Messenger of Allah, cancel me. The Messenger of Allah said, La taghdab, don't be angry. Don't be unnecessarily angry. He said, I was in Ya Rasulullah. The Messenger of Allah, please cancel me again. Second time he's asked. He said, La taghdab. The third time he asked, he said, La taghdab. Rather than mirara. So he asked him severally, many times. He said, La taghdab. Don't be angry. Don't get into anger. Control your emotion. Control your speeches. Control your actions. So I said, don't make a pronouncement when you're angry. Don't make a pronouncement when you're angry. And don't make a promise when you're too happy. Because you always regret the two. So, you must be able to control. This we must see in our children. And that is why I always say, in most cases, when children are getting married, the parents of the two spouses, your own child and that person's child, the two parents should talk. These are the weaknesses of this my son. These are the weaknesses of this my daughter. So I can find a way to complement them. So this must be taught in them, because most of the time we only train that children are going to get married. You only concentrate more on the women. But you are sure that you are going to be a father one day. You're going to be a husband one day. What are the qualities of a good husband? What are the qualities of a good wife? This should be inculcated to the children. Because you are going to get old. They are taking over. So that must be, we must be conscious about this. 7 out of 7, Al-Ihsan was Salah. Al-Ihsan was Salah. Parents, we must be good. And that must be seen in our children, that these children are good. They should be a good person. Should be, oh, no, that man's a nice person. Oh, that boy is a good person. The classmate should be, oh, he's a good person. He's kind. He's generous. He tolerates people. He goes around with people easily. He's a good person. He possesses good qualities. That must be in the parents. And such, it's inculcated in the children. So your boy or your girl that wants to go marry, he should be the father as a good person. There will be challenges in life. There's no way. There will be challenges. It is this goodness in you that will make you to actually go through the challenges easily and come out of it freely. You can see in Surah Al-Kahf, that we read almost every Friday, we read Surah Al-Kahf, Quran 17. You see what Allah, Quran 18, sorry, Quran chapter 18, Surah Al-Kahf. How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us taught us some lessons through Rasulullah Muhammad, through Rasul Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. Through Moses alayhi salatu wasalam. It was some lesson between Musa and Khidr. And in three lessons, and in two of the three lessons, even the three lessons has to do with the parents. Has to do with the good parents, and has to do with the qualities, with the characters, with the nature, with sincerity of the children too. Look at the first one, the canoe that was broken. So who are those boys? They were poor boys from good parents who owned the canoe. When Khidr actually broke it. Similarly, it talked about a boy, a young man, that Khidr looked at and cut his neck, killed him. So what did you kill such a person? He said, well, kill him because Allah is going to replace that boy with another one. Because what? Because وَكَانَ أَبَوَاهُ مُؤْمِنِينَ. The two parents, the father and the mother, they are both believers. They are both believers in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are both trustworthy. They are both sincere to their promise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah has promised them al-Jannah. But if this boy grows old, it will make them to revert and commit shirk, make them an image of nar. Not to do that, Allah says, so I'm going to take away this boy and replace the boy with a better children. Because because the two parents, the two are what? The father and the mother, they are faithful. They are good, they are diligent, they are sincere in their worship of Allah and their promise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Similarly, when Allah comes down, the third one too, of the wall that was falling, that Musa said, assist me. Khidr said, assist me, Moses, so that you can raise this wall. He said, no, how can I? In a city where I was not being welcomed, we were not being welcomed, we were angry, we were hungry, they never fed us, we were thirsty, they never gave us food or water to drink. How can we help people there? He said, no, I'm doing this because this world, these particular children, they are coming to this city today. And their father, because their father, that is Quran 1882. And the first one is Quran 1881. So Quran 1880, Surah to Kaf, Ayah 80. And the second one is Quran Surah to Kaf, Ayah 82. You see what? Kan Abuhuma Solihan. Abuhuma Solihan. You see, their father, is a righteous person. The father is righteous. So in other words, you can see that what is determining the future of the children is what the parents have done. So the future of your own son that's going to get married and going to give birth to children, it is the qualities that you possess and transfer to the children, and the one that children is going to transfer into their own children that's going to save them. Going to determine your own achievement. No matter your own achievement today, is your success is the achievement of your parents. Your own achievement will be the success of your children. If your parents succeed, then that's your own achievement. So that qualities must be, better into them. So you can say they are righteous. This is the qualities you must look. It's your responsibility to assist your son, to assist your daughter into choosing a partner. And this quality you must look for. Before you for this quality, you must ensure that you have them your own child too. When you come for equity, must come with a good hand. You want to equality. You want justice. Then you too must what? Must be free from wrongdoings. Further free from wrongdoings, how do you want to justice? So it is important that these qualities, you possess it and you give it. Because fact to be shared, you cannot give what you don't have. You can't give what you don't have. So that is very, very important. Then number 7, it is SHEIKH. Truthfulness. Truthfulness. SHEIKH. Or to be truthful. Many parents tell lies. And your children to tell the truth. No. Faithfulness. I can remember one time, there was a time in when the federal government was trying to dispose some of these their parastatus, this the what do you call it, the national company, the national companies, NITEL specifically. When you are actually discarding them, saying because the workers, they are being laid down and they know that they want to dispose of this. You can see a father took some of the computers in the office to his house, and he asked his children. He was erasing the NITEL, that was the number, the company, the institution number that was on it. You know, every property in an institution will have some number. So when they want to take the stock, or when the auditors come to know how many of there, are they spot, are they okay? It took everything, and he was asking his son to assist him in erasing this number. He was robbing away the number and asking his son to assist him in erasing the number. What's he doing? He shows he's a thief. And what's he teaching the children? Thief. So such a person too will go tomorrow and say, I'm a good man, and he wants to marry. So what will happen to the wife? What will happen to the children? So that's what Allah says in Surah Al-Imran. Surah Al-Nisa. Surah Al-Nisa, Quran 4. Taqullah wa kunu ma'as-sadiqin. Be conscious of your responsibility to your Lord and keep the company of the righteous. Keep the company of the righteous. Ensure that you don't work with other Muslim and righteous people. That's what's important. This must be seen in the child. Next is wisdom. Al-hikmah. Wisdom. Wisdom are given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wisdom I acquired by experience. Wisdom I acquired by listening, by staying with the elders. That is why you see many children that were raised in the villages, or they were raised with grandfathers, who live with grandfathers or grandparents, or live in the local areas. You see, sometimes they are wiser when it comes to etiquettes, when it comes to manners, when it comes to presenting matters, when it comes to settling matters, disputes. They are very intelligent. They are wise. There's a difference between being brilliant and being wise. A person can have first class, can be brilliant, but it may not be wise. There are two differences entirely. And that's why Allah says, Al-Ikmah, yuti al-Ikmah to man yasha. Allah bestowed wisdom upon whomever He likes. Wisdom. وَمَنْ أُوتِيَ الْإِكْمَةِ, and whoever Allah gives this wisdom, فَقَدْ أُوتِيَ خَيْرًا كَثِيرًا, Allah indeed give him a very great goodness. So wisdom. So most of the time, like we have discussed in our past episode, we must keep company of the children. Talk to them. When you are addressing some issues, let them be present to listen to how you settle disputes, to when you tell the stories of the past, to incidents that happened in the past, to learn some lessons from there. Because wisdom, most of the cases, are had by experiences. And who is the best teacher? You are the best teacher. You are the best one to give them the experiences, to give them this knowledge. Because you have settled this matter, so much matter in front of him, in front of her, he acquires it. So when he grows up, when he marries, he is also going to be the same thing. He talks in parables. He understands parables. He understands hadith. He understands ayat the Quran. He knows how to juxtapose between all this. That's called wisdom. It's different from being brilliant. So this, we must see that you possess it, and it's going to be possessed by your son who wants to choose the wife. Because it's without wisdom, there's no way you can deal with wife. There's no way you can deal with the in-laws. There's no way you can deal with people around him. You need wisdom. When to say yes, when to say no. When to stand on your feet, when to let go. This has to do with wisdom. So, and that is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Islam. Whoever Allah wants goodness for, He will open his heart for Islam. And what is that? The Quran, which is going to give him wisdom. And the Messenger of Allah Muhammad has said, whoever Allah wants goodness for in this world and hereafter, He makes him to understand the religion. And that's what the hikmah. That's why the Messenger says, I've been given the Quran and something like it, which is the wisdom. It's the wisdom. The hadith of Rasulullah is wisdom. That's why you get wisdom. So children, the son, your son wants to marry, must possess this. And you must look for that same quality in the man you want your daughter to marry. Your son wants to marry, must possess this. Your daughter, your daughter that wants to marry, you want to see that the man is going to marry him, possess this quality. These are very, very important. We don't joke with it. Otherwise, the same thing that's happening in the world will continue to repeat. What is the essence? Essence of how we Muslims having children is that we know there's a lot of corruption in the world. At least out of all this corruption, we should have one who will be correcting it. We will not be followed by Bible. We'll be able to correct the injustice. We'll be able to do things, right in the right way. يكون شهداء على الناس, so that we will be the models, the witnesses for mine. So, okay, can't you see the way the Muslims do their own? Can't you see the way this boy has done his own? Can't you see the way this woman has done their own? You're supposed to be model. And that is to achieve this, to attain this, then we must take care of all these qualities we are talking about. After that, number 9 is sabr, patience. Patience, perseverance, persistence, endurance. That I have discussed when we are teaching the Surah Luqman. But these qualities too, we must see that it is there. It has already been embedded in the child before he wants to marry. But this boy has patience. You can't be a husband without being patient. You can be a good husband without being patient. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was talking about, was concluding Surah Al Imran. Say, isbiru wasabiru warabitu wattaqullah la'allakum tuflihun. See in Quran 4, ayah 20, ayah 200. See, you believe. Isbiru, be patience. Wasabiru, be constancy in patience. Warabitu, be the one that be giving people patience. And cooperate with those who are with patience. Cooperate with each other. Why? لَعَلَكُمْ تُفْلِحُونَ. For you to succeed in this world. For you to succeed in this world hereafter, you must be patient. Anything you want to do in life, it does not come the way it is. Of course, you have to take the yam first. You will have to slice the yam. You will have to cook the yam. You have to allow it to cook. Heat with water. Get to boiling point. Get cooked. Then start pounding it. Then molding it. It has process. You can't have what you want instantly. That patience, dealing with women, it takes time for you to understand your wife. Just time for your wife to understand you. That patience, that your child to be happy, to be lenient with them, is patience. So all this is important. So that's why Allah says, for every good that you do, there's always a defined defined quantum of reward. Defined quantum of reward for everything you do. Salat has its defined quantum. Hajj has its own defined reward. Zakat has its defined reward. Only 2 things: worship. One act of worship and one of character. That act is not defined. One is fasting. It's as-sawmu li wa ana ajzi bihi. Fasting is for me. And what is fasting? They say what? Fasting is the synonym of fasting is sabr. It's patience. If you got patience, you cannot fast. That's why I say, that He is going to give the reward of the patience to them without measure. It cannot be 50, 100. Allah says it's countless. Because it's difficult to be patient. Everything He wants that, everything He wants to give in time. I just want it now and I want to get it now. No. They should learn to endure. They should learn to be denied. They should learn to wait. So when the food is not ready, your wife says food is not ready, you don't start fighting and beating her. You have to learn to be patient and you take time for the food to be ready. The food does not come to automatically. It takes the process. If that's not inculcated in him, and you don't have it in the man, then there will be a problem. So sabr is a quality that must be seen in a man. And a woman too. Number 10, at-tawaddu, humility. Humility, tawaddu, was humble humility. You should not be pompous. You should not be arrogant. You should not be full of yourself. We have discussed this in the past too. Shaitan had all the good things in life. Shaitan. He was very brilliant. He was very religious. He was obedient to Allah. He worshipped Allah. He has a lot of good things. But what made him to be dethroned? What made him to become become driven out of paradise? What made him? Pomposity, arrogance. That's what made Allah to say, well, Allah says to Adam, yeah, what's the malaika to Adam? فَسَجَدُوا إِلَّا إِبْلِيسَ أَبَّى وَاسْتَكْبَرَ وَكَانَ مِنَ الْكَافِرِينَ. So when we told the angels, all of you bow down for Adam. Give him, accept as a superior to you. Because Allah has given superiority, so give it to him. So, well, it can never happen. How should I respect him? You were created, my friend, in my presence. I was seeing what you are creating him. I've been living with you for many years. I've been worshiping you. How can I respect this small boy that's just coming? It's not possible. What is arrogance? So a man must know that when you get to a place, your in-laws place or a place of work, you must learn to be humble. Whoever humble himself, Allah will raise him up. Don't be pompous. Don't be arrogant. Don't be full of yourself. So such qualities must be seen in your son. Must be seen in the person you want to marry for your daughter. You too must possess it. So I can say, don't you see that when this happened, did you see the way I handle it? You know, I was humble. I kept it. But today, I enjoy my humility of yesterday. This reward does not come instantly. It comes later on. Everybody will not have it. That's what makes you be special. And that's why you're going to be the best. That people will look for you as the best one. So tawaddu is very, very important. The Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, Ma tawaddu ahadu lillah illa rafa'ahu. Ma tawaddu ahadu lillahi illa rafa'ahu. Nobody, no servant of Allah humbles himself before him except he raises them up. Allah will raise you up in degrees. Once you respect, once you're humble, once you obey, you don't talk with arrogance. You don't look down upon your in-laws. You don't look upon your brothers, your sisters, your boss, your colleagues, your subordinates. Don't look down upon them. Give each and everyone the due respect that they deserve. That's important. When that is not done, what happens? You get derogated. You get derogated. And that's why they say the pride comes before the fall. Pride comes before the fall. So these qualities we must ensure we give to our, to our children. Similarly, sincerity, ikhlas, sincerity. That's number 11. Sincerity. You remember we have discussed before, innamal a'malu binniyat. For marriage, for anything you want to do, the intention matters a lot. Why do you want to marry? You should be able to know it. Ask them, why do you want to marry? Well, should I marry? People are married now. This is also age I should marry. That's sufficient a reason? No. You must be sincere. Because it's only when you are sincere that you want to do it for the sake of Allah. You want to marry to serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You want to marry himself because Allah give you good children to train because of Allah. If you are just sincere that about your intention, then whatever you see as challenges in the process, you will endure it. You will endure it because you know what you are expecting. You are not expecting reward from your son, from your son. You are not expecting reward from your wife. You are not expecting reward from your husband. You are expecting reward from who? From Allah. That is why you will be patient. So your intention matters a lot. Intention matters a lot. That's why the Muslim says, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ وَإِنَّمَا لِكُلِّ امْرِئٍ مَا نَوَىٰ فَمَنْ كَانَ هِجْرَتُهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ فَهِجْرَتُهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ وَمَنْ كَانَ هِجْرَتُهُ إِلَى الدُّنْيَا وَامْرَأَةٌ يَنكِحُهَا فَهِجْرَتُهُ إِلَى مَا هَاجَرَ إِلَيْهِ هِجْرَتُهُ إِلَى مَا هَاجَرَ إِلَيْهِ. Is that what intended that you're going to see? Many parents get disappointed in life because I'm bringing up this child so that he can take care of his children, of his junior ones in the future. If he does not take care of them, then you get disappointed. Your intention should be what? Whatever child Allah take care of for me, you try my best to take care of it then. Then please to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make them to be righteous. I want them to be righteous, to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Once your children fear Allah and they know Allah and they understand the religion, they will respect you, they will take care of you. But if your intention is just for them to train them to take care of you, to become doctor, to become a lawyer, to become an engineer, to become this, so that they can be comfortable in life, if that's your sole intention, you will not enjoy them. You will not enjoy them. Because they won't have what it takes to be merciful to you. It's only when they have the fear of Allah in them that they will know that وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُ إِلَيَّا وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. It's then when they will know that as a child, they hold Allah some responsibilities. They hold their parents their some responsibilities. And they will think that they too may get old to that stage one day. So that ikhlas is very important. Sincerity. The sincerity of intention. In everything you want to do in life, it matters. Even in worship. Even in fasting. If you are fasting for the sake of just, losing your weight or losing anything, then that's the reward. When you're fasting because of Allah, you get the reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The two you now get, if you do something because of Allah, you will get the reward from Allah, and other things too will follow. You become healthy too when you fast. You become healthy, more healthy. All the excess fat in your body would have been burnt away. But that was secondary. Your primary intention was to serve Allah. Allah asked you to do this, I want to do it to say the contents of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is very, very important. So ikhlas is important in everything we do. So we train them to serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We train them to be able to be good Muslims. We train them to be able to be model for other people to emulate in life. We train them to be people that are commanding good and forbidding evil. That's the intention. That's really when I'm not there, these are there to carry on Islam. Their own children will carry on Islam. Their own children will carry on Islam. That should be your intention for children, for marriage. And when you do that, Allah will support you for your intention. Allah will support you. Lastly today, I'll talk about mulazama. Mulazama. Creating time for the children. That's a very important point. Today, we see that because everybody's looking after money. The father goes out very early in the morning, 5 a.m. He comes home 11 in the night. He's tired. He doesn't even see the child. He doesn't even know their children again. Maybe during holidays sometimes, maybe during the Eid, that's why they see them during the way. They doesn't go to anywhere. It was Saturday, Sunday, there's programs too. Well, how will these children learn from you? How will you know their weaknesses? So mulazama is important. Creating time to relate with the children, relationship with them. To relate with them, to be available for them. You see some children, I have one of my boys who say, my daughter, she's going to be a lawyer, she's going to be a journalist. She asks this, she asks that. Yes. Children must be inquisitive, they will ask questions. Children will be inquisitive. I've discussed that in most of past episode. The children, their stages, when they are 1 and 2 years, when they are 2 and 3 to 4 years, the ages when they be asking questions, they are very inquisitive. When they get to 4, they are very, very inquisitive. 3, 4 years, they're very inquisitive. Daddy, what is this? Mommy, what is this? They want to know everything. They want to know everything. They're very, very inquisitive. And you must be available to provide answer. If you are not available to provide answers, if you give it to the housemaid and give the wrong answer, that's what will be in their head. They want to know many, many things. Were you available to tell them this is the correct way? Or they have taken their lectures, their lessons, or they are upbringing from the television, or from the computers, or from the phone. Most of this today, when children are crying, the mother will give them phone to go and play with the phone. Sometimes very important calls will even come up. The children will up. They know how to press off. They know how to stop it from. They know how to put it in silence, so that nobody will not know that they will not know that the phone is ringing. They get more informed every day about how to play pranks. Because they learn a lot of pranks from this phone. They learn a lot of things from it. So from that small age, they are used to the phone. You are not there to teach them. So when they now grow up, you now say they are not good children. They not say they are not good. They are not marriage material. Who caused it? You. If you don't have time for children, don't have children. Children is not compulsory. It's not compulsory. Marriage is not even compulsory too. If you cannot have patience to have, if you don't know what it takes to be a husband, don't marry. If you don't have what it takes to be a wife, don't marry. If you don't have what it takes to be a parent and to sacrifice for the children, then don't marry, don't have children. Don't have children. They have some rights upon you. You must be available to answer their questions. To know the traits they possess. To know their weaknesses. It's only when you're close to them they know that this my child has this potentials. I can change this direction, has this potentials. It's only when you're close to them, when you see the way they ask questions and the way you answer them, that's when you can know. But many don't know. It's only what they tell in the school that, oh, this your boy is very good to be an engineer. They just go there. The father does not know. The father does not know. The mother does not know. So if you don't have mulazama, if you don't have time to stay with these children, then how would they? So any man that cannot, no, I don't have time for any children, don't go and marry. You are not a marriage material. You are not a marriage material. And that woman too is not a marriage material. So this is important that is taken care of. So inshallah, we're going to stop here today. Next week, we continue on the other aspects. We have about 5 aspects again to discuss, which rise to, the qualities that must be embedded in a child, in our children, for them to say they want to marry. And the qualities that must be seen in the family of the other persons too, to say that they want to be married. And that must be start from who? You. Start from you, start from you. So I'm talking to you, so you. You must possess that quality. When you possess it, can transfer it. Faqidu shay'in la yuti. What you don't have cannot give. I pray to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless every home, to give us the wisdom, to give us the knowledge, to give us the time, to give us the wherewithal to be able to train our children into responsible Muslim, responsible citizen, responsible husband, responsible leaders, responsible wives, responsible mothers, responsible fathers. It's our responsibility. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all the efforts we make in making them the best out of the best possible for us in this world hereafter. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. اللهم ربنا صل وسلم وبارك على حبيبك ونبيك محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Next week إن شاء الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.